So here's an interesting story about Plaxico Burress, the former New York Giants NFL star. One day in 2008, dude decided to hit up a nightclub in Manhattan. He was carrying a gun that day. No biggie, right? Well, things went south real fast when the gun, tucked into his sweatpants, accidentally went off. Worst thing? The bullet hit him in the leg. Now, when news about stuff like this drops, people get curious. Given how celebrities' affairs are super public, this incident made the headlines. It was, however, not clear if Plaxico had a license for that firearm. And that made matters even messier. As word spread, the authorities in New York sprung into action. They slapped some serious charges on Plaxico, accusing him of criminal possession of a weapon and reckless endangerment. The public, as you can imagine, could barely believe what was happening. I mean, here's this NFL superstar now in court for gun charges. Crazy, right? It didn't help his case that he didn't have a permit to carry a concealed weapon in New York. The whole lawsuit played out like a movie. Plaxico pleaded not guilty to the charges but opted to cooperate with the authorities and even testified before a grand jury. His defense came down to the fact that he was carrying the gun for personal protection because he was, well, famous. But the law is the law, right? And it didn't favor Plaxico. After some back-and-forth legal wrangling, he cut a plea deal and pleaded guilty to a lesser firearms charge. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison and 2 years of supervised release. Again, can you imagine? He went from playing on a field before millions of fans to being confined in a cell, let alone the fact that the Giants had to let him go and he was suspended from the NFL. Talk about a fall from grace. While in jail, Plaxico shared that it was a tough experience. No surprise there. And said he used the time to reflect and grow. It seems he took his ordeal to heart because he has since started speaking out about gun safety and even working with the National Urban League and Brady Center to prevent gun violence. Anyway, it seems like Plaxico's life is back on track. After he got out of prison, he signed with the New York Jets and later the Pittsburgh Steelers. He even managed to get another Super Bowl ring with the Giants. But I reckon the whole incident turned his life upside down for a good while. So, what's next for Plaxico Burress? I guess, aside from his career on the field, he's also working on the one-off it. After all, he's got a platform and could use it to advocate for change. And who knows, maybe his story will inspire others to be more cautious and responsible. If there's something to learn from this, it's that no one, not even NFL superstars, are above the law. But it's also a story about second chances and owning up to your mistakes. For now, though, Plaxico's playing it safe. And hopefully, his future is as bright as those stadium lights he used to play under.